Leave a comment if you like the boot.
It's like, hey, what's up? This little Ray Ray. It's not Big Ray Ray. Okay, like everybody calls me Big Ray Ray, but like I said, I don't know what's so big about me. Anyways, you're getting an exclusive tour of my video game, toy, action figure, a little bit of everything. So as you see a big mess of items. Whether, like I said, they're video games, action figures, toys, posters, figurines, little model cars. Again, it's just a whole mess of everything. But as you see, it took me around 20 years to come up with my collection there. It went fast. It was never something that when I started that it was intended to end up the way it ended up. But yeah, as you see, it's just like over time, it's just little by little. It's like, wow, I have a collection going on here. I never even intended to have a whole big collection, but it just fell into place that way. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just carry on with this. Every time I saw something cool at the store, at the flea market, maybe something online, let me pick that up and it's going to go well with my collection. Sometimes others would donate items, but not as much. I did have a few people like, oh, I have this old school game console. It'll be better in your hands. And I'll be, yeah, give it to me. I'll take care of it. I'll give it a good home. The thing is that one of the things is that I don't resell stuff. I'm not really interested in the market on its own to where I'm buying and reselling to make a profit. I'm not one of those. It's just basically I just collect stuff and hold on to it and that's it. Again, it's not much that I need the money to, to capitalize. It's just more, again, it's just something I just want to hold on to and it looks cool. Most of the items, they're not items that I had since I was a kid. It's just items over time already as an adult I started picking up. You'll be surprised. One or two items are actually like items that I had as a kid. But again, that was years ago when I was younger. But then it was just one of those things where like, you know what? I want to see if I can get these items back. And it was just a few items here and there that I wanted to relive. But then it just like unofficially became a collection. And I was like, wow, this is like I have a collection going on. But yeah, so sometimes people come up to me and talk to me about anime into detail. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
a whole nother language.
Yeah, it is. The same with comics. I just know the basics, but again, I don't know much about it. I just watch the movies when they come out and, oh, cool, the movie was cool. But I mean, since I don't read the comics, I can't compare them, so I can't dissect them. But yeah, so again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If you guys want to see a part 2, we can have Brother Green playing some video games. We can put him on the VR simulator. I have a simulator where he can actually pick up on girls. And he can actually be successful with it.
Here we go.
On this simulator. So if you guys want to see that, leave a comment. Okay. So.
Leave a comment. Also, if you want to support the channel, be sure to go to scoutfragrance.com. Let's get into the video.
All right, so I'm going to show you here what I have. A little bit of everything here. We have the Mega Man video game, some action figures, handheld consoles right there, as you see. Right here we have the Nintendo Power. Nintendo had monthly magazines. I think this was started back in July of 1988. It ended in 2012, so they kind of made them look similar, as you see right there. We have the Mario, the Gyromite, the Rob the Robot. This is a robot that helped you out. Like if you didn't have a partner or a second player, he would be the second player. The Power Glove, that's like if you didn't want to use the controller, you can use the glove. Some action figures there, joysticks, and a little bit more of the stuff right there. So more little figurines, keychains, some Hot Wheels, some guides, video game guides. I have like all these magazines back there, as you see, some controllers right there, and then some more like figures right there. So I have my handhelds, the DS, 3DS. Right here, more box items like the Mario, the Zelda, the Game Boy box. These are like all the Pokemon games. They're all original. There's a lot of bootlegs, but these are actually original. And I've never played a Pokemon game. I'm sorry. More Hot Wheels, more box items. So a little bit of everything right here. Okay. As you see here, just various items right there. We have the Mario, the Lego. I was bored, so I built this. This one actually, if you turn the knob here, the wheel, it actually like moves like if it's animated. More video games, consoles. So we have the DS, the Dreamcast. So right here, there's Super Nintendo collection, Genesis, some DS. More Genesis games, 64, more 64, Wii, the PS4, so GameCube up there.
When did you get started? Like, what made you Because I know that like having a hobby is like people have different things that they collect. But what made you want to get into it?
Well, I recall like I had moved out and I had like absolutely nothing, so I was bored. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can buy myself a Super Nintendo because I used to play that when I was a kid. So I got a Super Nintendo and I remember playing a video game. I passed it and I'm like, you know what? I already have the system here. Let me buy more games. But initially, it wasn't. The intention was not to start a collection. I just happened to have just some games rounded up and I just never got rid of them. Before you knew it, like, oh, wait a minute, I already have like a significant amount of games. So then like I unofficially started a collection, and then it actually started right here in this corner wall, and it's just expanded. So
Let me ask you this. Like, I remember when I first asked you, I said, well, how did you, like, where did you find deals? And you said initially, where did you go? Like, you said the swap meet or?
At first, it was the flea markets. There was a time, maybe like in the early 2000s, where collecting was not a thing. It was just not a thing, retro collecting. So when you would go to a swap meet, everything was available, like everything, like people just selling like crazy. But then people started catching on, and it became cutthroat. Now, like, it's almost impossible to find things at the swap meet. So now, like, you either get lucky, or if you find someone that's willing to just get rid of something, or maybe online for a good price. But yeah, it's really cutthroat right now.
It's competitive, huh?
That's correct. But in a sense, like for me, I'm pretty much done. I don't really collect anymore because I'm okay where I'm at now. Unless I see something, if it's easily accessible, I'll get it. But I'm done. So.
Yeah, you don't like go out of your way.
Yeah.
But like, so when you say back in the days it was less cutthroat,
that's correct.
People didn't really have a clue of what they had.
Right, yeah. Because before, like, it was not considered vintage. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, like, over time, all these items, like, they aged really well. So back then, like, people were actually getting rid of these items, not knowing that, like, 20 years later, they were going to be keepers.
Kind of like baseball cards.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
like, people back in the days, they didn't see the value. And then fast forward 20 years later, they're like, oh, these are...
Or even, like, Pokemon cards, when they came out in the late 90s, like, people never thought they were going to be valuable. They were just thought, oh, there is Pokemon cards and that's it. People didn't hold on to them thinking, oh, these are going to be worth money. So it's just one of those things. It's like similar concepts. So
yeah.
Okay.
What are your, like, so let's look at this wall. I'm just curious, like, so you said it started from this side and then it started kind of building.
Well, I actually started in this corner because it was mostly Super Nintendo games that I started collecting, and Genesis right here, and then just everything just expanded.
Okay.
So I just went in and expanded it.
Okay.
I'm talking about my collection.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways. So yeah, I have the Nintendo games, some box games, like I said, the mini consoles right there, some more Nintendo little figurines right there, some keychains right here, the LOL dolls right here, some Starships or whatever, the Nintendo box right there, the original one, the Sega box right there. Just like I said, it's just like everything's just mashed up that it'll take me forever if I'm gonna like explain one item at a time. Some more boxes right here, as you see, Game Boy Advance, Game Gear. There's the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy back in '95, Nintendo had their own like virtual reality. So yeah, it didn't work well. It was crap. I mean, it worked, but just didn't take off. I want to say, if you ask me what's my most significant item, I would say this right here. I mean, it's like hidden right here. It's tucked in here, but this is the Power Rangers movie poster because, as you see, all the actors signed. Like all the Rangers actors, they're all signed. Even the characters Bulk and Skull on the bottom, they signed as well, and they're actually original signatures. So that's I'm like, I have nowhere to put it. I have no room, so that's why it's tucked in right there. Just more items right here. Some more video games, little action figures. Like I said, I have no more room, so I start like piling stuff on top. I try not to stack up items on top of the arcade like this. Like, I would like to have room here, but I have no more room, so that's why I'll figure something out.
So this is the fragrance. It's called Cupid Fragrance. It's a pheromone spray for men. Basically, if he's going on a date, it's supposed to enhance his chances of, you know how that works, right? Meaning like he smells good, the night goes good, and it's all good.
Yeah, I think
you feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna spray on the card and I'm gonna spray my arm. Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
So let's spray the card.
This one?
Yeah, I'm gonna spray the back of it. I'm gonna spray my arm.
Alright.
And just give it a smell.
It smells good.
You like it?
It smells fresh, smells light. I like it.
You like it? What would you rank on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like an 8.
An 8? Okay. That's the review. Check out our website, scoutfragrance.com.
Okay. Sounds good. I will.
Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you so much.
Nintendo had their Hot Wheels right there. For the most part, I have the collection up to date. Unless they have more. This is the arcade one up. I got it modded so they can have all the video games. Like, it has like a lot of arcade games and old school games. So change the button to light up, and it's pretty cool. Every so often I play it. Just this is my main TV where I watch movies or stream shows. The Super Nintendo box, the GameCube. So it's just more stuff, more action figures, Ninja Turtles action figures. I don't know if you remember the Teddy Ruxpin. It's actually not the original one from the 80s. It's more like early 2000s. Because I remember when at the swap meet, they made it seem, oh, you know, it's from the 80s, it's original, this and this and that. I bought it at a decent price regardless, but then I saw that it had a website. So in the 80s, there was no websites. So that's when I knew, like, okay, this came out like in the early 2000s. So, but it's okay.
It's still super dope, though.
Yeah. So it's okay. More stuff here. These are like the mini consoles. These are open ones. So I like to have the sealed items and then open if I can. More little figurines and toys. These are old school vintage cars from the 90s. Remember when the RC cars were popular in the 90s? And then the commercials like Ricochet and then Crashback and Tantrum. Look it up on YouTube. My Switch collection right here. The Xbox 360, Wii U. Just more stuff here. Some posters, little statues. So like I said, this is an air hockey table, but no room, so I had to use that as a regular table now. So some RC cars right there, figurines. Back there, some wrestling action figures. So like I said, a little bit of everything. More Hot Wheels right there. Ninja Turtle action figures. These are not original, these are new. I wouldn't even trying to get the original, so it'll be too much money. So I'm okay with this. I'll settle with the new ones. These are like re-releases from the ones that came out in the 80s. They look similar. They do the job. I'm happy with them. And then some Sonic action figures right here. PS3, PS4, Xbox One. Little bit of everything. That Sonic, I actually did that when I was a kid, back in 1991 when Sonic came on the scene. It was for the DARE program, so they wanted us to, like, you know, draw a poster for a poster, you know.
Like come up with something that
so that was it right there. Sonic, it looked like, but it's okay. I was a kid, so what do you expect? So of course.
No, it's dope.
Yeah, it's okay for its time. So this is Dragon Ball right here, and then I actually did this. The Sonic, I painted it. So.
Wow.
When I was bored, so I just painted. So yeah, this is pretty much my collection game room. I know I mentioned about comics, but I'm not big into comics. I'm not saying I hate it, but the thing is, like, I don't know much about comics. I just watch the movies. So when people they see this, so they think I'm into anime and comics, so they start talking to me. I'm like, I don't know.
It's like a different language, huh?
Yeah, it is. I know much about video games, like old school vintage video games, maybe old school action figures, but like in terms when it comes to comics and anime, like I don't watch anime or comics. Like I said, I'm just like a general fan. I'll watch the movies, but that's it. But you know, I just try to go along with them. So yeah, this is it right here. This is my game room, my collection room. So
it's dope, man.
Yeah.
Where do you see it, like, taking it to the next level? I mean, it's already at a really high level, but can you get it to another level, or is it?
Well,
where do you see your collection going from? Where do you see your collection going from here?
Well, I've been thinking at some point, maybe I'm gonna just be done with this and just sell everything, just get rid of everything. I don't think it's just much about it's just something I wanted to get out of my system, but that's it. I already have this collection, and like I told you earlier, I'm pretty much done with it. I'm not saying I'm fed up with it. It's just more like, you know what, I can start thinking. You
checked it out, like it's a box checked off the list.
Yeah, so now we can go back and reverse and start maybe like just
get into fragrances, like
definitely. But it's just like more like start like selling it, not to make profit, just to move on to another thing. Because one of the things, like, I know this may sound crazy, but I would love one day maybe to have like an old school rental. Remember like those rental stores when you go through the aisles of the VHS and they have like the shelves of the VHS? That's what I want to do. I want to kind of have it like a setup like that, like convert this into like a rental store, not actually like renting out, you know, VHS to people, but it's just more like if
like a vintage style.
Yeah, like you walk in and you're like you're
nostalgia.
You're experiencing the rental experience. You know, when you're browsing through the VHS, because I do have a lot of VHS, so I want to do that. Maybe one day have a lot of shelves and just have all these VHSs and kind of like experience that like back in the day. So.
Every man deserves an ovation.
But like I said, I don't know. I'll see what's up in a few years. So
I like your idea of wanting to like reverse it, because then like you can really, if you're not really looking for profit, you could be selling these items to people that you feel are more, because like you said, it's super competitive. So
Right.
you got the ones, there is a feeling you get when you sell it to a real collector versus like a reseller.
Mm-hmm.
Have you experienced?
Yeah.
Like, how does it, what's the difference between buying from a reseller versus like somebody who's genuinely just...
The reseller has no soul, no heart. But I'm not saying they're ruthless people or like they're evil people. It's just all business to them. That's it. So it's just like for example, I wouldn't, this Nintendo Power, like if this means a lot to me, you know, I would rather sell it to someone that would actually have an impact on him or her. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like to give it to sell it to a reseller is to make a profit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't feel...
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how it is with a lot of things. Like, same with fragrance. Like, when people appreciate it, it's like a feeling you get versus just them wanting to, you know, flip it or sell it or...
Right.
Yeah.
This is pretty much it in terms of, like I said, like all this junk, huh?
No, it's... Okay, so my question is if you guys are into collecting vintage... What would you like? How would you classify this though? Like vintage. This is like art to me.
Like I said, at first it was just video games,
right?
But then how it just became competitive, cutthroat, where everybody was collecting video games. Like it was all dried out when I went to the flea markets. So then I'm like, okay, well, if I can't collect video games, maybe I can start collecting action figures.
It's like nostalgia, like old school, like memorabilia. Mm-hmm. That's really what I would classify it as.
Right.
But I'm curious, like, I think it's going to be worth a lot of money, though, if you were thinking like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not about the money. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people ask me, like, how much is this all worth? And I'm like, I don't know. And it's not that I want to be rude, but I'm like, I don't want to know. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't care about putting a price on this. So like I said.
So if anybody wanted to reach out to you, how would you tell them to contact you? If they're serious about inquiring about one of these vintage items.
Oh, as for now, it's just too early for that. So
it's too early.
Yeah, so I'm not even.
You sure?
Entertaining that
you
thought.
Sure?
I'm sure. Yes.
It's too early.
Yes. So
nobody can hit you up.
We're not.
What about for the Mario?
That Mario? That bootleg ass Mario? look freaking bootleg ass Mario. That's why it's there. Look.
He looks cool though.
No, he doesn't.
I like how his hat's to the side. You know.
No, he looks like shit. Look. Looks like. Even the Sonic look. You ever seen a bootleg ass?
I like the bootleg.
Look at that.
Leave a comment if you like the bootleg.
Looks like crap.
So no interested parties.
No, not right now.
No. I had my thing. No interested parties.
No, not right now.
Come on. No, it's dope.
Leave a comment if you want to see a part 2, and we can have we'll show Eric playing some of the video games. We'll probably have him doing the VR. Okay, so like I said, leave a comment, okay? And then if you wanna, you guys can decide what you want him to play or do, okay?
Hey, it's Eric with Scout Fragrance. If you want to see more content, be sure to go to scoutfragrance.com, buy a travel size decant, use the code TY10, save 10% off your order. Big shout out to Big Ray Ray.
Little Ray Ray.
Big Ray Ray.
There's nothing big about me. You know what I mean by that, okay?
Shout out to Big Ray Ray. He's still Big Ray in my book.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could
I'll
do.
show you big.
We could do another video, but I need to see some comments. He is thinking about downsizing his collection. Leave a comment if there's something that you want to see a detailed review on. And again, if you want to see more content, be sure to go to scoutfragrance.com. That's how you support the channel, and you get to smell good. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Scout Fragrance. Let's get it.